Hey everyone, welcome back to another action-packed episode on
The Skooled Zone.
All right, the last couple of episodes were pretty crazy. I think we've got a little lull now, or we can kind of calm down and get back to some fun factoids. When we last left off, there were a couple of guards that were wandering around in this area, but I don't see any alerts on the map area. So I think we're okay for now. And we're getting ready to hit that next Flak 88. I'm not sure how many more factoids I'm going to be able to give you in this area, but I did discover something before I ended last game. If you go into your menu options, then you've actually got a list of your collectible items here, and most of these are the notes that you pick up along the way, so you can actually go back and read them, kind of like they, in Dishonored. They do this in a lot of games, which is really cool. Not all of them, but I like that. So if you press the skip button by accident, or if you just blow it off and want to read it later, then you can come back here and read some of these. So I'm going to go through these now and see if there are any factoids I can give you. We'll start with the first one. Some of these we actually read during the episode, so if so, I'll just skip them. Yep, we read that one in one of the episodes. Read that one in one of the episodes. Don't think we read this one, but I'm looking at it and I don't see any real factoids here, so you guys can pause this if you want to check it out. Move on. I don't know why it keeps going up a line like that. The next one here. Okay, let's read this one. I don't think we read this one during any of the episodes. Survival notes. Food. Be sure to take plenty of water and food rations. We actually talked about what rations means in one of the Dishonored episodes, so you can go to the website, Skooled.zone, go up to the Knowledge tab, and under the Knowledge tab, there are questions answered and potential SAT words. I think it's going to be under questions answered, but yeah, if you scroll down, you should see what are rations, and then you can click on that, go right to the marker in the Dishonored episode and hear that definition. If you run out of food, there are precious few available sources in the desert. However, food is secondary to water. You can go without the former for several days. Look out for the desert gourd, a vine that runs along the ground. Chew its moisture-rich shoots and eat the flowers and fruits if food and water are unavailable. Okay, there are definitely a few factoids I can give you about this note. First of all, the desert gourd is a perennial vine plant that grows in dry, sandy soil. Its scientific name is Citrullus colocynthus, and it's native to the Mediterranean North African region. Because it has very long tap roots, it can dig down to where water is and bring it to the surface in its fruit. It actually looks a lot like a watermelon, but it tastes like a bitter cucumber. Also, he talks about surviving without food or water. So, how long can someone survive without food or water? Well, everyone is built differently, but there is sort of a general rule of threes. It kind of goes like this. Humans can basically survive for 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in extreme weather without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. After any of those turning points, the Grim Reaper usually comes knocking. All right, that note was a twofer. That's cool. Let's see what this one says. Allied war story, delaying tactics. These may be dangerous thoughts, but today I felt respect for the Germans. On the approach to Benghazi, we had a German squad on the run. The only problem was a mad sergeant on their side. He hunkered down with a few men and held us up so the rest could escape. Even when he was the only one left, he didn't surrender. I threw the grenade that got him in the end, but I don't feel like much of a hero. Okay, so as I mentioned, these are war journals, or war diaries, as they're called in the end of the mission stats. But yeah, he mentions Benghazi. So we hear a lot about Benghazi in the news these days for political reasons, but how many people actually know where it is? Well, Benghazi is a city in Libya. It's actually the capital, although that status has bounced back and forth between Tripoli over the years. Benghazi was captured by the Italian Axis forces during World War II and eventually taken over by the German Afrika Korps. It was eventually recaptured by the British 8th Army by the end of 1942. All right, let's check out the next note. Letters to Martin. Dearest Martin, I miss you terribly. The Women's Land Army is grueling work. You'd hardly know me. Hitler may have his U-boats sinking food convoys, but I'm working from dawn to dusk, milking cows and digging ditches, all for victory. Oh, Maisie and I are driving tractors now. Dad says that scares him more than Hitler does. Cheek. Yours lovingly, Jane. All right, this one's got a few interesting factoids. So, what is the Women's Land Army? Well, the Women's Land Army was a British organization of women during the war who took over for the farmers that were recruited for battle. Someone, had to produce the crops to feed the troops and the country in general. With all the young male farmers called off to fight, the crops were left unattended until the women took over. Very important role they had, actually. As Napoleon famously said, an army marches on its stomach. She also mentioned U-boats. The U-boat, short for Unterseeboot, I think, that basically means undersea boat, was the German version of a submarine during World War II. A lot of people may not realize this, but Germany has an ocean front with both the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. So they weren't lacking in navy. The German U-boats were able to create naval blockades to stifle Allied supply ships, bringing in things like tanks and the food supplies that she mentions in the letter. Along with the Panzer tank divisions, the U-boats were a pretty devastating force, actually, during World War II. All right, let's keep going. Missives from home. So a missive is basically like a short message, or like a letter, sometimes a secret letter. So, dear Ernst, sounds like a German name. The papers are full of news from the African front. We are proud that you are doing your bit for the Reich. Yep, German letter. Old Mrs. Ehrlich was most vigorous in her praise of Field Marshal Rommel and our fine boys. Your mother glowed with pride. She passes on her regards and asks that you give the British a good thrashing from her. Your loving father. All right, well, we talked about Field Marshal Rommel a little bit a few episodes back. May have even been the first episode, actually, so check that out if you missed it. But she mentions the Reich. So you hear the word Reich a lot in video games or, World War II movies, but do you actually know what it means? Well, it literally means realm in German. It's basically the equivalent to what we mean by empire when we talk about things like the Roman Empire, the British Empire. All superpowers at some point, I suppose, try to build a so-called empire, until they spread themselves too thin across the globe and eventually fall. History always repeats itself in that regard. All right, so I guess these are letters from both the Axis and Allied forces that Carl finds along the way. Let's read this last one here. Wahlen's Journal, Rommel's Success. The project progresses well. Let Rommel have his little victories if it means the Fuhrer grants me free rein. He sees Africa within the Reich's grasp and knows I can deliver that. And when I do, our stranglehold on Britain will be complete and that little man Churchill will beg for mercy. Okay, well, Wahlen is the guy we're going after in the end. I think he's the primary antagonist of this particular installment in the series. But he mentions the word Fuhrer here. So you've also heard the word Fuhrer in video games and World War II movies a lot, usually in regards to Hitler. And in this case, yeah, it does mean Hitler, but it doesn't mean father, like some people believe. That word in German is actually Vater, which interestingly enough is where Lucas comes up with the name for Darth Vader. Fuhrer, though, translates to leader, although it's come to mean more of a tyrant, usually associated with Hitler. So most Germans use the word later now to mean like the manager or leader of something commonplace. Hitler actually gave himself the name Fuhrer in relation to the leader of the Nazi party. He wanted it to mean something more profound than just president or general because he saw himself as kind of a weird mystical king of the master race. Honestly, if they ever come out with a Sniper Elite 4, I hope they explore the Ahnenerbe, which was like the real-life Nazi version of the X-Files. So, Rebellion 505, I'm telling you, if you're listening, there's so much tribute material there for a video game. It's crazy. The note also mentions Churchill. They're talking about Winston Churchill. Many of you have probably heard the name Winston Churchill. If you haven't or don't know much about him, he was the Prime Minister of the UK during World War II. Before taking office, he was also an officer in the British Army. He's probably most famous for being the greatest wartime leader of the 20th century. You get to save Churchill, actually, in one of the Sniper Lead DLCs. Alright, so that's it with those. I guess there's another one that we could find somewhere along the way. Hopefully we'll run into it. In case you're wondering what this is, I guess this is some kind of achievement for a long shot? I don't know. And then these are... Oh, okay, so... When you hit those sniper nests, I guess you get these little achievements. And there's these collectible cards that you can pick up along the way. Don't seem to be able to expand on them. But, yeah, these collectible cards are pretty cool. I wish I could zoom in because there might be some little factoids I can give you about those, but I don't know how to do that. But yeah, once you play the game, if you go back and play it again, you can't pick up these collectible cards again. That's why we're not finding much of them in the environment. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so we could go forward or left. I'm going to go left. Oh, and a little dot just appeared on my map. That means there's a dude coming up. I'm going to switch to my little silencer. You know what we're going to do, actually? We're going to crawl under this truck. See if we can sneak up behind him or at least pop in the head. If we can. Oh, how cool is that? Bye-bye, buddy. Oh, that's so cool. Alright, well, let's search him. And let's crawl under this truck. That was kind of fun, actually. See if we can spot some enemies along the way. Oh, there's grass in our way. Oh, we can see up here. Oh, look at that. There's a sniper. Doesn't even see us yet. How fortuitous. Okay, we're just gonna have to take him out. Snipers bother me. Kind of reminds me of American Sniper, you know? It's pretty cool how they pitted two snipers against each other. Don't want to give any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's a pretty awesome movie. So, you know what I'm going to do? We got a little save point. That's kind of trippy. Alright, since I hate these snipers so much, because they got me a couple times last episode or the episode before, I'm going to try to hit him right in the family jewels. Oh, that was just crazy. We didn't get the x-ray for it though, but that's probably a good thing because that's some gruesome stuff. All right, I'm just still crawling on the ground because we got that little warning. By the time we get over here, it'll probably be gone, or maybe not. All clear. Okay, so let's get up and start trucking. Can I see anybody yet? Not yet. Okay, so let's just keep working our way around. I actually want to try to get up to where that sniper was because, you know...
I can't get to the next one. I'll have to shoot from this side of the canyon.
Is that a dude? Nope. Oh, there's a guy, though. All right, let's mark him and keep going. Okay, so see that path there on the left? That's what we're going to take. Try to get up and around behind him. In fact, just in case I mess up, I think I'm going to plant a trap right around here. Yeah, let's do that right here. This looks like a good place. How about a trip mine? From here to there. There we go. That'll give us a little warning at least in case someone tries to sneak on up behind us. We can also take out this generator. Give us some acoustic cover. Oh, I see a dude right there. Let me tag him while I got him on the map. Search. Actually, I'm going to pick him up and move him right here. And then let's enter this sniper's nest right here. Did I just see the glint of a sniper way over there? Okay, it wasn't the glint of a sniper, but it was our objective. So that's what we want to try to shoot. That's going to be pretty easy to do. So no rush in that. Let's try to tag some more of these guys. There's got to be more than that guy. There's a dude right there. Can't seem to tag him though. I guess because he's behind the awning. Is that a guy way over there? No, that's a lantern. Okay, I'm sure there's more than 2 guys around here. Where are you sneaky fools hiding? Okay, I'm sure they're gonna rearrange themselves as soon as we start taking them out, so let's just start doing that. We'll start with this guy since he's kind of on the level with us. Don't go away. That's heinous. Right when we get those sound bars, he pops behind cover. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this. Too late for that too. Dang. Maybe we can reach this guy now. Nope. All right, forget him. There we go. Back of the neck. Sound mask. There you go. Let's try to get this guy now. Come on. Ah, look at him. There he is. Come on, come on. Perfect. Sound bars. Oh, yeah. Headshot. Didn't give me the x-ray, though. That's all right. At least it was... Oh, I see a dude right there. Look at that. Oh, you're marked now. Marked for death. Sound masked. Oh, we are getting so good at this game. Okay, so there's that dude right there. Gonna have trouble drawing him out. Just gonna take another quick peek around and see if I notice any other. That can't be all of them. All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this and then draw the rest of those guys out. Let's go ahead and aim for this gas tank right here. Boom. Actually, that looked more like a barrel of high explosives. Ah, now he wants to come join the party. Any more dudes? Okay, so let's take him out. Oh, just grazed the top of his head there. FaceTime. Oh, I see him now. There he is. He wants to run and join the party. Okay, well, let's pop him off this ladder here. Oh, that was so mean. Is that all of them? It's probably at least one more. Oh, I heard some voices there. Where is that coming from? Reveal yourself. All clear. Weird. Okay, well that means there's probably one more guy around here somewhere. We'll go search for him. I just want to check across the street. Alright, no sense in wasting ammo on those trucks since we took out this area. In fact, I don't even think we can access this area in the game. I think it's pretty much across this canyon here. Only accessible really from probably here or up there. So that's where we're headed next. In fact, let's go ahead and start running around. Let's break out our machine gun here. Alright, well this didn't get tripped. So we can pick that back up. And yeah, let's just run around. Do a little looting and schooling. How many people watching knew I was going to say that? Okay, so... we are running around and not seeing any opposition. All right, there's that canyon. Won't let you climb up to see it, but... oh, there's a grenade. We could have thrown a grenade on that dude. Didn't even think about that. Alright, well let's just take a peek around this area. See if there's anything we can grab. Are we full on medikits? Well then let's just heal ourselves up. Might as well, I mean, you know. Don't want to leave it for the enemy. Perfect. Feeling good, looking good. In fact, we're gonna shoot this thing right here. Okay, I guess nobody's around. Oh well. Let's grab this guy who fell off the ladder. Nothing found. Get you. You know what? I bet he's probably in this little cave, so let's just play it cool. Am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Huh. I wonder where those voices came from. That's weird. Probably up through that way, which we're going to get to next. Man, we are doing really good. Don't need to stock up on anything. Okay, so this is the other place where we probably could have taken the shot. But, yeah. Okay. So, that's 2 Flak 88s down, and we are ready to move on to the last one, which we will do in the next episode. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. This series definitely got a lot more attention so far than Dishonored, but I predicted that. It's a newer game, you know. But I'm really glad at the reception it's gotten. Dishonored was still a really fun series to do, and there was just hordes of facts. So if you want to check those out, click that link on the left. In the center, of course, you can catch up on the last episode if you just jumped right into the middle of this one. And if you're brand new to the channel, you can learn more about it from the homeroom announcements link on the right. And of course, subscribe if you haven't for more awesome factoids coming to you Monday through Thursday. Hit that like button, share this video, I'd very much appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow on the Skooled Zone. Stay smart.